Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Okay, so this is going to be the products that I love the most this year. And I'm just trying to see if it's what I use the most or if it's what I love the most. I think it's a combination of both. A lot of these are the things I wore the most and I really love them. I don't have and rarely do or probably won't do best and worst videos at the end of the year, at the end of the month, because if I don't like it, I return it. I don't keep stuff I don't like. Why would I? Why? So I don't I don't really have like regrets of anything. If I regret it, if I use it more than twice or 3 times and I'm like, I've tried different ways, I don't like it, I return it. Why are you keeping stuff you hate? I don't subscribe to that. I'm sorry. So that's why I don't really have like best and worst. It can be maybe something that I buy and immediately I'm like, I don't really like this. But it gets returned. And most of the time it gets exchanged, because if I buy something, this is with the exception of like if I get PR of something I don't like, I give it away. I'm not gonna keep it to use it and be mad that I have something I don't like taking up space. We're not doing that. And I'm always, if you're new here, I'm always saying, just because the product is not working for me doesn't mean it's not going to work for somebody else, or it doesn't mean it's a bad product. It's just not working for me. I'm a makeup artist. I try to preach that to my clients all the time. If my client is someone that has dry skin and they smoke, the moisturizer I use on myself is not what I'm going to recommend for them. But that doesn't mean the moisturizer I love or something that doesn't hydrate their skin as much as they want to because they need more hydration than me. It doesn't mean it's bad for them. It just means they need something richer, right? So whenever I don't like something, and it's always like I don't like it for me. Like I said, it doesn't mean it's a bad product. And if it's a bad product, we're going to talk about it. And I'm just like, But that's why I don't have any like worst videos. I don't keep stuff I don't like. That goes for anything. Clothes, shoes, bags, especially my shoes and bags. I need to love you. I think especially because they're on the luxury side, spending, I need my cost per wear and cost per usage. It needs to make sense. So I encourage you in 2026, if you don't like something, you work hard for your money, return it or exchange it for something you know you're going to love. That's always majority of the time what I do. I exchange it for something. I'm like, oh, I'm going to love this. And I end up loving it. And or if it's a gift card, whatever, I'll just buy something else. But I'm not going to keep something I love. Who wants to stew and hate? I'm not going to be hating my products. No. Anyway, I've yapped enough. 2026, I'm going to yap some more. Okay. Come on for the ride. Come on for the ride. Anyway, I have a lot here, so let me stop playing games. First, I don't know if I'm going in order of anything. We're just going to pick what we pick, and we're going to talk about it. This is the Anastasia. I actually have it on today. Today, I rushed to do my makeup. I don't really like rushing to do my makeup, but I rushed. Do I want to say rush? I did my makeup much faster than I would like to. But this... what is it called? This Anastasia Beverly Hills Micro Stroke Brow Pen. The shade I have is dark brown. And baby, when I tell you I love this, I didn't like the one they had before, so I never picked that up. I had the Urban Decay version, and I think I had Dark Drapes. And every time I tried to go repurchase it, it was sold out. I was like, okay, it must not be meant to be. But I really liked that pen because it was really, 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 really skinny. And when Anastasia dropped this is what it looks like. Not focusing on me. I love. Can we actually, you know what? I told y'all there was nothing I hated. There's one thing I lied. I want y'all to see my nails. I'm going to show you something because I just noticed it while I was pointing to the camera. So as you can see here, you see this part of my nail is duller than this part. You see how shiny this is? And then you see how shiny this nail is, and this one is not as shiny. I got the Chanel top coat, the gel top coat, and it's peeling. You guys see it? It's peeling. All that white stuff that you see, that's it peeling. And I do my own nails, my own manicure, all that jazz. I do it myself. My nails may be a little crusty right now. Don't judge me. I'm about to show you. Don't judge me. But see how like I had to cut all of my nails because it was like breaking. Got to a length where it was so long it was just cracking. But you guys see that? This, I use my regular top and base coat. Something has scratched me here. But I use my regular top. What is going on? Hello? Anyway, I use my top coat here, my base coat, and my regular polish. And then this, I use the Chanel one, and I hate it. So it's going back. I'll just pick up a regular color. I noticed that yesterday, and I was like, this has never happened to me before anyway. So I'm going to have to like take it all off, redo my nails. I just wanted to show y'all. But that's the only thing. I just remember that. Anyway, going back to brows. My second favorite, do I want to say second favorite? Or just, these are things I use the most and I loved. This brow pencil, I'm trying to find out the name of it. It's a Dior Crayon Waterproof Powder Eye Pencil. My favorite kind of brow products are like almost powdery velvet brow pencils. The Lancome one is kind of similar, the one you sharpen. Beautiful, beautiful. I love that one. Once I'm done with this Dior one, I actually have 2 backups, so who knows when I'll be done. I'll just add that to my arsenal. Before that was the Burberry one, and they discontinued it. I can't find it anymore. And this, precisely my brow wax. Really, really love this on days where I don't really want to put makeup on. I just want to do like gloss, but I want to look like something, like somebody. Is this. I really like it. And the shade I have is 5. And it just looks like this. There. Quickly, because I don't have a lot of this, my mascara. Love, love, love. So I have the mini one, and this is the Flutter extension. What is happening? Why is everything but what I'm trying to show you focusing? What's going on? Anyway, it's this. And I have the mini one because I really use this for my under eye and because I have a lot of mascara. Now when I get mascara, I just get the mini one because I have a lot of mascara that I got sent in PR. I only have 2 eyes. Okay. So I really love this. That's what I have on now. Before I started using this only for my under eye, I was using just the regular Idol with the curve brush, and I finished that. I finished it. And now I'm using the, what is this? The YSL Lash Clash mascara. That's what oh no, I lied. Today I lied. That's just what I've been using. Today I use the Lash Idol Curl Goddess. It's the new mascara from Lancome. It's in my previous video. If you haven't seen that, the card, I always forget where it is, but check it out. So top and bottom lashes from Lancome, but I use the Flutter for my bottom, and the Flutter lashes. If you want length, that is your baby. Definicils and Flutter from Lancome, chef's kiss. Okay, eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna try to breeze through this, but you know I'm a yapper. If you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing. And if you don't know, my name is Bisola. I'm a pro makeup artist, and I can yap from morning till night about makeup. You're welcome. So eyeshadow palette. I have this. Look how dingy this looks. Anyway, I have this palette, the Master Mattes, the original one, not the cooler tone one. I didn't get that because I feel like I already have that color story in my kit. But when I'm done, I will pick that up for my kit because I have another one of these in my kit. It's just, I'm never going to get sick and tired of this palette. It's just, I don't know what to say. You know, when people are always like, oh, color stories like this, when they see it in palettes, they're like, it's boring. let me tell you something. 85% of the people out there that wear makeup, this is the kind of palettes they like because it works for their everyday life, especially if they work a corporate job. They're not wearing purple, shimmery, glitter, gold like we're wearing. You know, they need something. They still want to look put together, and they need something neutral. So palettes like that, whenever you see that colorway in a palette, just best believe it's going to perform well. My next one that I didn't wear it a lot on camera. I thought I was, but for some reason I didn't. This is going to go, I think, on my January trade because I want to wear it more on camera and show you guys some looks. And this is the Hung Van Gogh Generous Green and Yellow. I really, really, really like this palette a lot. You can see where I've dug. I've used this a lot, and I've used this. I always smudge this with my Victoria Beckham pencil and the Hung Van Gogh pencil as well. That I bought when this launched. Beautiful, beautiful. I do want to pick, I was supposed to pick up the smoky looking one. I forgot. But I want to pick that up. Another palette that I use like my life. I don't know how I have not hit pan on this because I feel like I use it literally twice a week. And I wear makeup almost every day for work because I still work in beauty. I'm a beauty manager at work. And I swear I used it. The fact that I have not hit pan is just, look, you could tell this palette is loved. Even the ones that y'all don't see that's being used, I have used every single color. I use this palette. This is the bronze palette from Natasha Denona. I use this palette so much, and I get so much compliments when I use this palette. I have like 3 other Natasha Denona palettes. There is one Natasha Denona palette I have and I still haven't used, and I'm just scared to use it. And it's the original. Yes, you heard me. The original gold palette. I want to buy the new one so I can use the new one, and I won't be that person because that's the only palette I have that I baby, and I don't know why. I think it's because it's so stunning. It's the only palette I think I own that I have not used. I mean, I'm never going to give it away. I'm going to use it. The only other palette I haven't used is my most recent Pat McGrath palette and the newest Lightwork palette. I just haven't used it because I'm just like, I'll get to that. Another one that I know I wore like nobody's business. Which one is this? The Lightwork volume. Wait, is that the Lightwork? Is that what that's called? Yes, it is. But this is the Lightwork Volume 3, the Experience palette. And this is what that looks like. I don't know what's going on with my camera, y'all. Maybe I need to clean my lens. But it's like doing too much. Focus. But yeah. Y'all see that already. I use this a lot too. And this is the beauty with a lot of palettes where I don't declutter stuff. I don't declutter unless it's starting to smell bad when it comes to like cream or like liquid stuff. But the amount of times I'm not on camera, I wear makeup a lot and I use all my stuff. So by the time I'm like almost hitting pan, I'm not going to declutter that. And plus I'm a makeup artist. Whatever doesn't work for me, I put in my kit. Sanitize, clean thoroughly, all of that. Wipe clean, wipe down, and then put in my kit. But I like these two palettes were my most used. And the fact that it doesn't look like I use them where there's no pan showing is crazy to me because I use and abuse those palettes. Next, like I said, I'm not going to order. I'm just grabbing what's in front of me and trying to make space and move everything out of my way. Next, are bronzers. And last year or the year before, I think is when I started getting into bronzers because brands then started making bronzers for my skin tone and deeper because before it was like, we only got contour. We never got bronzers. I never found bronzers that worked for my skin tone. Only a couple of years ago, brands started to get it together. And I was hyped. Anyway, I have this, what shade is this? This is Bronze Mahogany from Pat McGrath, and it looks like this. So I want to show y'all, these are the ones I use the most and love the most. And they all look different in the pan, but the way they all wear beautifully on my skin. So I have this 05 Soleil from Gucci, and then I have this Pat McGrath. But look how the Pat McGrath one looks more neutral, and this is warmer. But they're both warm on my face. And in my crease right now, this bronzer is what I have on. This House Labs, I have Kaya Spice. I know it looks really, really deep in here, but look how warm it is. I don't know. That's why I always tell my clients, and I'm going to tell you guys, I'm always going to try to treat you like my clients. So whatever I'm teaching them to take home, you can write it down too. Tip, tip, tip. When it comes to any kind of makeup, especially when it comes to blushes, if you're dark skin or deep dark skin like me, I'm going to actually explain that when I get to the blushes. I want to let you guys know. Hopefully I remember, hopefully I remember, hopefully I remember. But when you see stuff that's concentrated, I'm going to do the blush example later. But let's say, for example, you see foundation and it's in a concentrated bottle. That color is not what's going to swatch and dry on your face. When you go foundation shopping, when you go makeup shopping, I know it's not always ideal, but I always tell people, if you want to go in a Sephora, go in a Sephora that's not in the mall. Go in a Sephora that's freestanding, because 9 times out of 10, almost every Sephora that I've been to, that I've worked at, that was freestanding, they always have huge, 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 huge windows, and it's getting natural daylight. So go in when you can, if it's lighter outside, and swatch and blend it. Don't do a thick swatch, because you're going to blend your foundation. That swatch is still going to show more pigment than when you blend it. Am I making sense? I hope so. Because if I saw this in the store, I know, okay, this is generally going to be my shade range, and then I swatch it, then I'll know. But I know the concentration of what's in here is not what it's going to look like on my face. I have to like blend it, right? I hope that makes sense. That's the same thing with, I know that's happening with, you know, the bronzers, because they're so concentrated, you're seeing one color, and then when you actually apply it, it shows its true color, so to speak. That's it for the bronzers that I use the most this year. I have other ones, but I didn't. The most recent one I picked up, I think, was the NARS one. It was the NARS one. I haven't used that as much, but I do really like it. I like it a lot. Since I picked up the foundation. Oh, before we get into foundation, the one and only primer that I've used the most. Do I need to say more? Look at that. I'm scraping by. This is the Blur and Balm in Universal from DANESSA MYRICKS. And I will always, 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 always buy this. I have 3 backups. I have one in my room where I do like shorts and reels. This is the studio. And I have 2 mini ones. One in my kit and one mini one in my travel bag. It don't matter where I'm going, what I'm doing. That's the primer I wear. Now, if I know I'm only going to brunch or something that's like no more than 3 hours outside, but I'm still going out and I'm wearing makeup and I'm doing all of that, I'll probably use like the, dang, I don't remember what it's called, but it's the one in the white bottle and the red tip from One Size. I use that, or Mr. Matte. I don't even think you can buy Mr. Matte anymore from Givenchy. There's a new one I have in my arsenal. I haven't used it yet, so I can't speak to that. And it's a Clé de Peau one. I can't wait to try that. But she's it. She's babe. Hello? And I have really, 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 really oily skin. You guys see that? Oily skin. Oily skin. And this is the evening. I've had my makeup on for about 10 hours now. Okay. It's that. These 2 products, because I want to move into foundations, I'm just going to show you guys so you see what I'm talking about. So I have the mini version of Genifique. And this is the newer version, not advanced. This is Ultimate Genifique. And this small size, I have a bigger size in my bathroom, but this smaller size, I have it here because I love mixing it with my foundation. There's no extra, like, I just love mixing it with my foundation. Another thing, I love mixing with my foundation, and not unless I'm trying a new foundation, I always mix this in. So sometimes it's by itself, sometimes it's with Genifique, but this from Glow Recipe. And this is the Hue Drops, and I use the shade Sun Glow. I used to use the original one, but once they came out with this and they sent it to me in PR, so I wear this with foundation mixed in, and or I add a little bit of this because it has, let me swatch it for you guys. See how it has a beautiful bronze color? So sometimes I'll mix this with my moisturizer to give myself like a beautiful glow to my skin compared to, see how nice and glowy that is. So I love, love, love doing that. Let's get into foundation. For a fact, I know this is the foundations I wore the most, with the exception of 2, and once I got them, I wore them a lot. Okay, let's start with my, I don't even know where this is. This I think is like this much left. I think it is this much left. And this is the original Givenchy Skincare Matte Foundation. Love, love, love this. I don't have the newer one yet. I have the Skincare and Glow as well. Wow, I want to talk. Skincare Glow. I have the Skin Caring Glow one as well. Let's not jumble up my words. And I didn't pull it out this winter, but usually when it's colder outside, I pull it out. I think it's because I've just been trying newer stuff that I have, and that's just been chilling. This Tarte Double Duty Beauty. It's the face shape. And the shade I use is Espresso Honey, but I always mix this with something because this shade is a little dark for me. I have all the shades. I literally have all the shades. I've worked with Tarte in the past couple of years. I feel like I have almost all of their SKUs. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. Every single chart. I always say that. I don't know why. But anyway, every single Tarte products that I've used so far, it's a love. Argue with your friends, not me. Love. Another Tarte, Amazonian Clay. It's the 16-hour full coverage foundation. So this, when I mix it with something, or this when I use it with something else, I always get a lot of compliments. And the blur that it gives my skin, unmatched. I think like this is my perfect shade. I know this is my perfect shade, but during the summertime, I like to use the shade darker than this. And it just wears so good. I mix this. Now I'm a mixer. I have a lot of makeup. I mix my foundations a lot. Sometimes I wear them by themselves. A lot of the times I just mix. I mix. That's why when I do clients' makeup, if it's for like an event and they're not like, oh, I want to buy that. When people ask me what I use, I'm like, I use this. It's just, I'm perfecting your skin with a different product to give you the perfection that you deserve for this makeup. So sometimes I'm not just always using one product. And I kind of do the same thing for myself on my face. I just love mixing stuff, especially because I know all of my foundations, they all work well together. I mix stuff. So this, I mix stuff. So I'm telling y'all, when I wear them by themselves, chef's kiss. But I know every time I wear this by itself, see my nail? Oh my God, I can't wait to get it done. Anyway, when I wear this by itself, the amount of compliments that I get, people are like, what are you wearing? Your skin is so blurred and perfection. It's this. And I know when it comes to this foundation, a lot of people actually don't like it because it's really thick. But remember, I told y'all, I always mix stuff. And it's not to thin it out because I'm a full beat kind of girl. I'm not a no makeup. Makeup is too fun. And the type of makeup I wear, it's just, the makeup costs a lot of money. I'm going to put it on. Even if it costs $5, It's just so fun. I love makeup so much, and I'm gonna put it on. So I'm not a no makeup kind of girl. I'm not a clean girl aesthetic kind of girl. I'm putting it on. Put it on. What I tell you? Put it on. Okay? But yeah, it's really full coverage. So if you like skin tints, you're not gonna like this. Even though this is a little more on the hydrating side, it's full coverage. So far, everything I've showed you guys is like medium to full, but most of the time it's full coverage. Next is this Turn Up the Base Full Beat Liquid Foundation from One Size. Beautiful foundation. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I don't know what else to say. Every time, all the things I'm mentioning today, I'm not even lying to y'all, I get a lot of compliments. I think, you know, when you wear something and you really like it and people are complimenting you, in your brain, I'm just like, that's probably why I keep wearing them over and over and over again, because when I have it on, the people love it. Really goes for all my foundations, but these are the ones I remember just like reaching for. Like if I'm in a rush, I have a little bit of time, but like I gotta go. These are the ones that I know it won't fail me at all. I could be doing my makeup in the dark, and if I grab any of these, I know I'll be good. Okay. Next is the soft matte, or the Architecture Soft Matte from Tom Ford. And it looks like this. A Radiance version of this came out this year. I didn't reach for that as much because it's still very new. And by the time I like started to want to wear it, it got cooler outside, and I wanted to use the matte. I need to use that more because that wears beautifully as well. And I still, you know what it is? Because I still have a lot left of my Shade and Illuminate. I'm ashamed to tell you guys how many shades of Shade and Illuminate I have. So I'm not going to tell you because you're going to be like, what? And I use them all. I use them all. Mind your business. I use them all. So next one is much newer, but I noticed since I've gotten it, I've been reaching for it a lot. And you'll notice, with the exception of this foundation, almost everything is in a frosty bottle. What'd that tell you? Matte. I'm a matte kind of girl. I have some foundations that are not matte, but like I'm not wearing a matte foundation today. It has been a while since I wore this foundation, and this is the NARS Radiant something. I forget what it's called, the full name. But you can see that it's radiant. And I was like, I haven't worn this in a while. Let me pick it up. But anyway, this is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation, the reformulated one from Charlotte Tilbury. And the shade I am in is 16 Neutral. I didn't say it for the other ones. I don't know why I just said it for this, but I've been wearing this a lot and I like it. Another one that I feel like next year I'm going to use and abuse. Okay, I'm going to use this so much. And because I already have been using it so much, is the High Glam Foundation from Natasha Denona. You know, I just realized that it's a serum foundation. It's a hydrating and blurring long wear radiant serum foundation. Because when I did my video on this, I said it felt like a gel. Why didn't I? I didn't put two and two together, and I didn't realize why I love this so much, because every time I put it on, that feeling I got the first time, I'm like, why do I like this so much? But that's why I enjoy this a lot. Last but not least, this is a love-hate relationship, okay? Don't judge me. When I picked this up, I originally got it. It was a small sample that I got. I don't even remember how I got it, but when I swatched, I said, what is this beautiful shit? It's so beautiful, but they don't make my shade. And when I bought it, I just felt like I had to have it. And I only use it for my under eye. I use it as concealer. But they don't have my shade. But it is fantastic. It is beautiful. Now, obviously, I didn't pick up the new reformulated version because they don't have my shade. But this is the Chantecaille, what is this? I always forget. This is the oil-free gel foundation, and it's so beautiful. This is what it looks like. it's so sad. Like, who do I gotta write? Like, look at my foundation shade and look at the Chantecaille one. Anyway, that's the one thing, like, if I could have a worst or hate, it would be that this does not come in my shade. And it's just so beautiful. It's so fantastic. And I got to talk to somebody at Chantecaille, because what are you doing? Because I'm generally one of those people, if you can't give me a foundation shade, I'm not going to buy from you. And I have a couple of things from Chantecaille. It's this. I think the like super, super expensive luxury brands that don't have my shade, because all the other ones, I have foundations from them. It's Chantecaille and La Prairie. Clé de Peau has my shade. Sicily has my shade. So La Prairie, what are we doing? Chantecaille, what are we doing? Who do I need to talk to? Anyway, that's it for the foundation. Let's do lips. I want to show y'all, it ain't much, but it's enough. So these are just what I used a lot this year. I used other ones, but these are the ones that I reached for over and over and over and over and over again. First, let's talk about the Say one. I have a week left of this. Look what I got left. And this cloudy part up here is just the little, see, this is the true version. I have like a week left. And I have a week left if I use other things. If I use this every day, it's going to be gone. So what shade is this? This is the color Push. And it's just so good. It's hard for me to find glosses that are perfectly nude for me that are not running on the redder side. 9 times out of 10, when things are supposed to be like neutral or brown, they run red, and it's not fun. The next one that I love so much, because this existed and then they came out with this, I said, thank you, God, is this Super Boost gloss from Makeup Forever. Now, Makeup Forever is one of those brands for me. I think I mentioned it 2 videos ago. They will always eat. Always. For me, anyway. I've not made a Makeup Forever product that I didn't love. I'm just saying. This is the shade. I have all the shades. They sent them to me in PR. This is Anywhere Caffeine. There's another one actually that's darker than this, and it has a little shimmer. That's the one I actually use. I don't think it's this one. I think it's in my purse because I use it so much. Or maybe it is this. I use this so much. I use this so much. This is what this looks like. See how it's in that same color family? But you see how the Say is much more neutral? That's what I mean. I just love it so much. Now, I have this. I need to know the name. It doesn't have an actual... Y'all, it's just the lip gloss because it doesn't say the actual name. And it doesn't say it on here. So this is the Rare Beauty Gloss in Spark. But I want to show y'all. Like, this is like a medium pink, right? And then this is one that's much pinker. I haven't really actually used this one yet. But the one I've used that is now like, this is all I have left. It's in my purse. I didn't realize that it was in my purse. I thought I had it next to me. It's one that's more on the browner side. So let's say if this was this, but shimmery, that also has like 2 weeks left. It's going to be done. But this, I was using this every day. And I saw the brown one. I said, let me switch. Because it was to a point where I didn't use anything else but this. And I got to this point in 2 weeks. I was using it like it was nobody's business. And when I'm done with this and I'm done with that, we're going to go with this. This is the year I think I wore the most gloss. I was not a gloss girl. I'm a matte girl. I like gloss. And when I say matte, I'm like a red. Out of all the lipsticks, so much lipsticks I own the most reds. I'm a red. Red is my nude. But this year I was like, you know what? Let's chill on the red. And I was experimenting. you will find that out. And then in this next one, look, I want y'all to see, because it won't go no more. This Fenty, I always forget what this is called. I forgot what I was saying about this Fenty gloss sticks, because my card was full. I had to replace it. But I think I was showing you guys how I use this so much. This is all that's left. This is all that's left. Okay? Like, I can't twist it anymore. See? Can't twist no more. I use this so much. This is also another one that I think I've used every single shade except maybe the lightest two. And that's just in my kit somewhere. This is Spice Cold 08. I use this so much. If I had a brown liner, me and this, we went together real bad. It was so good. It was so good. This is another brand that sends me PR, and it's just, they're great. Last one for the lips. It's kind of what I have on today. It's just like a very nice pinky mauve color. You can't see its true color now because I have on lip liner, but this is the Clé de Peau Radiant Liquid Rouge Matte, and the shade is 106 Quiet Storm. I really like this. I'm trying to see if I can show y'all what it look like. And it's like one of those, it's like a velvet matte. It's so pretty. But you see how that what the glow recipe is still like nice and glowy compared to my other hand. Y'all see? That's why I love it, and that's why I love putting it, mixing it with my foundation. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that Clé de Peau color. It's just because that's what I have on. Makeup is coming off here. That's what I have on, and that's how, like, it's more on the pinker side, but like kind of my lips, but you can't really see it because, like I said, lip liner. Speaking of lip liners, this is what I use the most this year. The Fenty Traced Out lip liner, and the color I use the most is Cold Blooded 09. This is all I have left. And she's gonna be done soon. Like, it's gonna be gone. I really, it's hard. Before, I used to use brown eyeliner, and I still do. Don't get it twisted. I still do. The one I use the most, oh, if I can remember what it's Sephora Collection is the brown one. They come in two colors. I think it's their Kohl pencil. It's black and brown, and I use the brown one. But I love how neutral. It was like a true neutral brown. A lot of the brown liners, like, brands are just doing better and better and better. That's why sometimes when brands come out with new stuff, you'd be like, do we need that? But we do be needing stuff. A lot of the browns for so long that were lip liners, they run red. Like on me, chestnut is my complexion when I put it on. It's just not, and I have it. It's just, I always use it after I use like a color like this because I still like to layer that. I like layering my lips. Like today I have on two different lip liners. You can't really tell, but it makes a difference. Like if you saw me apply it, it makes a difference. But I used to always have to buy brown eyeliner because almost every liner, they run very red. Like a lot of things that I just want a true brown, a lot of it runs red, especially because on my skin tone, I'm neutral. So I'm deep dark skin neutral. So when things are either too cool, it looks ashy on me. And if it's too warm, it looks red. So I was using eyeliner for the longest. Oh my God. Oh, for like a decade. This is a NARS Velvet Eyeliner. I don't know why I always thought this was brows. This is eyeliner. And what was the shade? Did I mention it? I don't think the shade is not on here. But anyway, it looks like this. Oh. It looks like this. And it's one of those things that sharpens. And I really love. Same thing with the Sephora Collection Kohl pencil. It just was like the perfect brown. And it just works. It just works. So I have two here. I have this in all the colors. Like I said, Makeup Forever sends me PR, and even if they didn't, I would pick up a lot of the colors because I love how it's not too creamy and it's not too matte, and it just does exactly what I need it to do. And now this is like the #1 selling shade for Makeup Forever, I'm pretty sure. This is Limitless Brown, and I like Limitless Brown, but let me show y'all. Limitless Brown looks like this on me. See how it still looks red? See? It still runs red on me. Now, if I show you the Fenty one, this is what I love about it. Look at the difference. And then let me show you the NARS one. Even though the NARS one is not as like dark, it's very close as the Fenty one, but you see what I mean? Limitless Brown is a brown, but it's so red compared to these other two. So this is what I have on right now, but I have on the shade, and I've had this on for a while, like hours ago. It's in my purse. Don't ask me what my purse is. I don't know. But the shade I use every day is almost like this size left, is Dimensional Dark Brown. And it's very similar to the outer two that you guys see here. Very, very, very similar to that, because this is too red for me. But I like using this after I use Dimensional Dark Brown and give it a nice ombre. So the color is just cascading from the darkest to like a lighter brown. Now, this is my most, out of like all of that, this is the one I've been picking up the most lately. If I don't use a single, like if I'm not just using one. And this is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is Lip Cheek Contour Duo Fill. Is that what it is? There's a fill and a sculpt. Listen, exactly what it says on here is exactly what I do. So this shade you can see, and this is why I picked it up too. This is a very true neutral brown. Oh, I love it so much. And then let me swatch this. So these two right here, this is the sculpt and this is the fill. But you see what I mean with the Limitless Brown from Makeup Forever, how those kind of browns, you see them, but they look reddish. But when I use this by itself and then I blend this with it, oh, it's great. It's great. So when they came out with this, I said, oh yeah, thank you, Charlotte. You get it. You get it. You get it. But anyway, when I'm looking for a brown for my complexion, these colors right here, that's why I'm so glad brands decided, like Fenty, shout out to you, baby. And Makeup Forever, like I said, I don't have that one here, but the Makeup Forever one that I use and this Fenty one, they're kind of similar. So that's it for I just yapped so much about lip pencils. Let's wipe that off because I feel like it might be other things I want to swatch for you. See, this is why this video is going to take long, because I'm over here swatching. And the one that's the last to come off on here is the Fenty one. It's always that one and the Dimensional Dark Brown from Makeup Forever. We're done with lips. Setting sprays. Can y'all hear that? I know in my last video I said I had one more spray, but this is really it. The next time I use this is done. But this is, I don't know if you can still even get this. This is the new YSL Dewy Mist. I tried to see if you can get this again. I haven't checked, but I love this so much. Y'all hear that? That's all that's left. I finished, because I love this so much, I finished the full size, the jumbo size, I think, of the Charlotte Tilbury. This actually was in the advent calendar, the Sephora collection, or the Sephora advent calendar. So I just opened that the other day. You're seeing this bottle of Tear Tear. This is the second bottle. I finished the first one. If you saw my empty video, you would have seen that was in there. And this is a a backup, and then I have a newer version. I don't know if it's not a newer version, it's just a different version, and I've been using this a lot, and I like that so far. The tear stuff I've used so far, really enjoy a lot. This spray, baby, I think the first or the second time I used this, my manager pulled me to the side. She was like, what the fuck do you have on your face? Why your shit looks so good? She said it to me just like that. I was like, it's the makeup, and it was one of these foundations I had on. I know that for a fact. And I'm thinking it probably was the Charlotte foundation. And she was like, the way she pulled me to the side, I was like, well, what did I do? She's like, what the fuck do you have on your face? Why I look so good? I said, She's like, you look so blurred. This is really great. It does what it needs to do. So use that a lot since I've gotten it. Great. Let's move on to blushes. And what did I say I was going to talk about blushes? Okay. Sometimes people are scared of, like, I've gone shopping with people that if they saw this blush color, they wouldn't have picked it up because of the skin tone. Maybe this is looking dark. It just, on pan, it looks lighter, but it's so beautiful. I use this so much. But when you see colors that look this concentrated, oh my God, I need my camera to focus. When you see color that looks this concentrated, y'all, this is actually annoying me. I don't know what's going on with my camera. Just focus. Anyway, the cream on top, powder on the bottom. I love this. This is, oh, she's different. I don't know if they still make this color. I think I went to the store the other day. I wanted to pick up 3 different colors, and I wasn't like sure. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make about the blush is kind of how I made it with the bronzer and the foundation. The color you see here, it's not what's going to swatch on your skin. Let's actually do that. See how this is the color's concentrated here? If I swatch this, look at that. Let me add more because I want y'all to know that I'm actually picking this up. Like, you see that? And then I'm going in the back of my hand. See how it doesn't look as punchy as, like, you would not say that's that. I mean, you could, and I know it's looking like that on camera, but this looks really nice on my skin because I love that you can build it up. And then when you add that powder, I'm looking really oily. I feel like I'm looking really oily. When you add that powder, it just gives it an extra oomph. So whenever you go to a store and something scares you, just swatch it. Swatch it and see how you like it. And don't let anyone ever pressure you into buying makeup that you don't want. Don't let you stand up. Don't let anyone pressure you into buying something that you don't want. When you're in store, let them know. When I need help, I will ask for it. Right now, I'm just trying to figure stuff out. And if you do need help, you can have someone guide you. But if you don't feel comfortable with somebody helping you, or you feel like they're just trying to product push on you, just step back and say, right now, I'm okay, thank you. Because you deserve to spend your money on products that you love. Okay? Anyway, so always take your time, swatch stuff, walk around the store. Same thing with fragrance. Spray it on you, let it dry down, and see how much you like it. When I go to a store and I'm interested in a fragrance, I go there, I spray it all over me the way I usually would spray my fragrance. And then at the end of my day, before I shower, I'm like, I really love that. I'm going to go get it. But you're not going to pressure me into buying something. I just sprayed it. Relax. Let me make sure I like it first. Do the same thing with your makeup. If there is a place that you go and they have samples, ask for that. Especially if you know you actually want this, try it, see how you like it, and then go back and buy it. If it's not immediately like a love, like, oh, I swatched this, I love it, I know it's going to be good. You know, don't let anybody pressure you into spending your money that you work hard for. What did I tell you? Oh, okay. Same. This is almost similar to the Patrick Ta. Why did I say it like that? And this is from Kaja. See how they're in the same color family? And this is just a lot of blush. Lord knows when I'll get through this. I will have to use this every day. But let me show you guys. Like, so I gravitate towards colors like this, and people are like, that's very shocking. I'm just like, it's because it layers well. It just looks like it may not be a color that would work for me, but it does. It wears beautifully too. I want to show you guys. They're kind of, one is pinkier than the other. The Patrick Ta is pinkier, but see how they look very similar? Oh, well, on camera now it doesn't, but in person it does. Like, this is pinkier, obviously, than this one, but on the skin, they look nice and similar. I've worn this cream one and then used the powder from the Patrick Ta one, and it wears beautifully. The shade I have here, I feel like going forward, I'm going to start telling you guys the shade I have of stuff. I'm sorry. And in the, what do you call this? In the description, every single thing that I mentioned, I'm going to put it there. Now, make sure if you click the link just to see like what shade I wear, whatever you click on will be the shade I'm wearing. It won't just be the generic link. Okay. So this color I have, and Kaja also sent me this when they launched this. This is Cranberry Cooler, and these are called Dewy Bar. It's very beautiful. I have other shades that I really, really love and use. This is a Sephora Collection Trio Face Palette. I don't think it looks like this anymore, but I use this a lot. I'm surprised I have not hit pan. Oh my God. Almost all these things, I'm like, I use it so much. When am I going to finish it? But it looks like this. I think they have a newer version of this. Yeah, it's just, and this trio specifically for my skin tone, this is called Empower. I've talked so much. Let's keep it moving. You see a lot of these are like in the same color family. That's crazy because I have literally almost every color of blush you can think of. These are the ones that I think for the past 6 months I was reaching for over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then there was one from, I don't know what I did with it. I don't even think they make it anymore. It's the little small Clé de Peau one, the cream pot. Anyway, the next one I have here that I was reaching for a lot is Vive, and this is Piazza. It's like when I barely want color, like when I do a really bold eye, I love using this because it's like, it gives me a very soft flush. It doesn't do too much, and I really love that. But when I layer with like a cream or a liquid, it does what it needs to do. She's cute. So the shade again is Piazza. Another cream blush. This is also it's kind of red, but also in the same color story as that Kaja and Patrick Ta one. This is from Refi. And this is their cream blush in Cherry. Second to the last. I use this when nothing else is going on my face. It's very, very like subdued. And I use this color. This is Legacy from Hung Van Gogh. So whenever I want like a bold cheek, this is the one I have been reaching for a lot this year since I've received it. And last but not least, when it comes to blush, chat, is the Forever Blush Soft Filter. I have these in 3 colors. I don't remember. I have his Hibiscus. You see how I'm getting tongue-tied? I've been talking too much. Is this what I have here? I have Oud and his Hibiscus and something else. I don't remember. There's another one that's like more on the brown side. It kind of gives this, like, did I swatch this for y'all? You see this color on my finger? If I put it on top of this, it's going to be bold. Y'all not even going to be able to see it. But it's the middle one. See how it's like barely there? That's the color of the Dior one that I have. It's just barely there and I really love it. But even though when I put it on, you can see it on my skin, it's just not as punchy as like bolder, like the Legacy from Hung Van Gogh or this Hibiscus one. And I think that's it for blush. Let's go through powder and then we're going to do fragrance and the video is going to be done. And I know I was yapping. I hope you chewing on your snacks or doing your makeup when you're watching me. Oh, I lied. We have concealer. Let's move on to concealer. So my most used this year. I don't know what I did with my Fenty one. I use that Fenty one a lot. The Natasha Denona one. The High Glam Concealer. Come on. I used the One Size. I had 4 shades. I've used 2 already. And this shade here is Deep 4N. So that. And then I picked this up a lot too. This is the Skin Correct Forever from Dior, and I use the shade 7N, and I like how neutral to my skin it is. Like, if you guys can see, it doesn't give me too much brightness, and I really love that. And this Makeup for Everyone is newer, but when I tell you, I've been using this like crazy. I rarely pick up my other concealers. I've been using, what? It's so good. And this is the one that has the little brush head. I'm going to tell you. It's the full cover. I love this, y'all. I have this in the shade 4N71. And then I have another shade. I think the other shade I have is 4N74. Yep. Been wearing it nonstop. Like back to 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 back. Powder. Okay. For a while, let's just start with the one that's about to finish in like tomorrow. I showed y'all in my last video. Sweet Honey. I'm surprised that every time I think I have one more use, it doesn't finish. Sweet Honey, look, she's done. Oh, this is so funny to me. But really, it won't make it to the new year. I can guarantee you. If I wear makeup back to back to back before the new year, in the next couple of 3 days, 4 days, it's not gonna make it. Love that shade. This was the OG. That's how long I've had this. Mind your business. That's how long I've had this. Finally, I hit pan, but I can't wait. I can't wait to finish it. I know it's not gonna make it to the end of 2026. I know that much. This is the Micro Smooth Powder from Sephora Collection, and this is the shade 60 Deep Ebony. Yeah. Love it. Not me about to break the powder that I'm saying I love, Lord. Sorry if that was really loud for my earphone users. So sorry. Another pressed powder that I use all over my face, or I have these in every shade they come in. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blurring Powder Foundation. I use the color that's this shade. I have a color that's this exact shade from this powder. I use it on my under eye. Just whichever I reach for first between these two. Sometimes I layer. That's why my face be looking snatched. And people be like, how can I get your face done in 15 minutes? You can't. But the shade I have in this, and I only use this. Is this the shade I use? No, I use this all over my face. This is the shade 59N Mahogany Neutral. 59N Mahogany Neutral in both of these. The Fenty powder, I think they're on sale right now. I'll let you know if they are. This is the Soft Matte Powder Foundation in the shade 495. I really only use this to contour because it's too dark for me to use as my foundation color. But she's beautiful. Sometimes I've used it like during the summertime. I use it at the bottom of my face where like I get darker. I didn't use this like in this past month and a half, but before that I was using it every day. Like since I received this, I was using it like every day. And this is and I know I'm not pronouncing it the way it's supposed to. I don't know how to properly pronounce this, but it's the ube cake. Ube birthday cake, easy bake from Huda. And is this Filipino? If I'm saying it wrong and you know how to pronounce it, please correct me in the comment section. Love that. If you're tan to deep dark, actually, if you're dark skin to deep dark skin, don't let the purple of this fool you. It's stunning. What did I just say? It's stunning. The Givenchy powder in number 3. I use this before. I switched to Sweet Honey Because if I didn't switch to Sweet Honey, this would have been done. And this is number 3. I told you guys I have the new one for all over my face, number 6, because I had number 6 before. I think it's still number 6. Now it's called Organza something, something, something. But the original one, I don't see a difference in the original one and the new one for my complexion. I'm not saying everybody's lying, but I'm telling you, for my complexion, I've used them side by side. They look like the exact same, side by side. They look the same. And then I looked at the OG. The OG already does, it's always had shimmer in it. I don't know what's going on, but for me, it wears the same. It looks the same on my skin. Is that it for powder? Oh, that is it for powder. Okay. And in conjunction with this, like all the shades I have, I use them for different reasons. I have 4 different shades. I have number 6, number 5. No, I have 3 shades. Number 6, number 5, and number 3. I use number 3 solely for my under eye. Sometimes I can get away with I can get away with using number 5 all over, and 6 is just my perfect shade. We're done with all of that. Oh, I'm a liar. We're not. Quickly, this LYS No Limits bronzer. They call it a bronzer. I use it as contour. The shade Worthy. Stunning. This is the one I use 97% of the time. If not, I've been using the Dior one, and I really love the Dior one because it's more, there's no other brand that, let me show you guys. There's no other brand I know right now. You see how this leans a little more cool tone purple? For my skin tone, that is so perfect. And I think this House Labs one is like that too. It's rare to see, and those are the 3 that I've just been like, if I can't find my LYS, maybe it fell on the floor and I'm just like, I don't have time, I grab one of those 2. It's because I'm trying to finish this. So that's why I use this the most. I just want to finish it and move on to the other one because that thing is beautiful and I've been using it for so long since I've gotten it. It's just stunning. It's stunning. It blends beautifully. The LYS one is just really, really good. But back to the Christian Dior one. Christian Dior. Say it like that. Back to the Dior Stick, child. The only other brand that I remember had something that deep with a purple undertone was Huda. Y'all remember when she had the Tantor? Please. When I was working at Sephora, when someone was my complexion or darker, that's what I used on them. And the way it gave them a natural chisel, Huda, you're coming out with the new things. You're reformulating. You're making all the products better. Come out with that. I got to write the team. Team, we need the Tantor back. It was great back then. Make it greater. Thank you. Because Huda be listening. My good sis be listening. And I ain't met a product from her I ain't like it yet. I know y'all didn't like the powder, but I do. The little baked one, Easy Bake, it's in my kit. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyway, that's it for makeup. That's it for makeup. Let's get into my fragrances here. All of the skincare, honestly, that I would tell you guys is in my empties. I love those things so much. That's what I use the most. Obviously, that's why it's empty. So quickly. Brown Girl Jane Dawn. So I have Dawn, Carousel, Chalet, and Casino. Dawn is my most used one. To me, all of Brown Girl Jane's fragrances, they're so creamy in the way they smell. This is so cozy to me. But anyway, that's it. Y'all can't smell it. If you want the notes, you don't want the notes. I'm just telling you, this is what I all of these fragrances, compliments galore. Galore. The other ones I don't have on me. They're very new, so I haven't worn them yet. So I can't come on here and lie. But they're very new, so I haven't worn them that much. So I'm not going to come on here and lie to y'all. But next is Perfume Co. Harlem Perfume Co. And this is Langston. So the one you will see, because they sent this to me in PR, the one you probably see at Sephora is the lighter bottle. Mine is darker because when I met the founder, it was at a Sephora Squad thing, I think. Oh no, it was during, it was both. It was like we had a Sephora Squad meetup, and then some founders came. Chris Collins was there. She was there. Who else? Just, it was a great event. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Anyway, so we were chatting about it, and I told her how much I love Langston. It's like me personified in a bottle. I just love the way it smells. I love it so much. It was my birthday smell. It was my birthday. I feel like I need to sneeze. It was my birthday fragrance. And I was like, I've been seeing that Langston in stores or online for Sephora is lighter. She was like, yeah, you know, it was just one of those things, like, it's the exact same juice. There's nothing is different. They just wanted a lighter bottle. But I love this bottle. Anyway, next is Chris Collins Long Kiss Goodnight. Every single time I wear this, people do a double take. Well, actually, all of these. The next three, this and the next three, compliments galore. You hear me? I want to tell y'all a funny story. It was a event we had. There were a lot of founders there. It was like with Sephora Squad again. Sephora Squad wants you in your family for life. It was at an event, and I walked by, and like 5 minutes later, Chris Collins was like, smell this. I was like, what is that? And immediately, I don't remember what it was, but immediately I was like, oh, I love that. He was like, I know you would, because this has oud in it and you have oud on. I said, yes, I do. It was just a nice moment when someone can recognize, like, this is what you like. I'm an oud, musk, velvet, leather, tobacco, if done right. It's hard for a lot of brands, I feel like, to do tobacco in fragrances. But anything like that, because I'm not really, like, I have a couple that have these notes in it, but if it's like powdery or super sweet, a lot of the times that's not something I would buy. Like, I would wear it, but most of the times when I have fragrances like that, it got sent to me in PR, and I was like, oh, I surprised myself. That's beautiful. The only exception is the classic Chloe, just the regular eau de parfum. It's to me, on me, it smells like a very dry, powdery fragrance, and I love it. And it layers so well with literally almost every fragrance I own. She's so good. I didn't bring it here because I finished it. I finished it. And I need to repurchase. Anyway, Long Kiss Goodnight. A couple of times I've worn this. Every time I've worn this, what do you have on? What do you have? Oh, and I mentioned all those notes that I love in fragrances. When it comes to rose, and oud, don't put rose and oud in one fragrance. It's mine. I love rose and oud and coffee. Anyway, myth. Listen, I already told the story all about this, how I feel like, to me, this smells like falling in love. You've seen some of the things I'm talking about here in my empties, or almost empty. This is not gonna make it to the end of 2026. I'm gonna finish it. It's so good. I love it so much. I'm just gonna repurchase it. But people always ask, what do you have? 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 What is this? Another one, Skylar. This is discontinued, I believe, because when I try to go get it, it doesn't pop up. Every scent pops up except this. This is Pink Canyon from Skylar. See how it's not a lot of juice left. It just smells so fresh. Like, it smells so fresh. It's so good. Last but not least, I had to stop using this because I was like, oh, it's so good. This is the YSL Lavalier, and I'm sure it's a cuter, sexier way to say that in French. Listen, whatever. And I think it's the fig and rose. Didn't I just tell you I'm a rose girl? Another one, oh, I forgot to bring it here, is the Lancôme Roses on the Moon. Roses on the Moon. The first time I smelled that, Roses on the Moon to me smells like Tom Ford Rose Exposed, and I'm gonna get that. I think I'm gonna get that for myself for Valentine's Day. But this. She's gonna be good. If I didn't be like, okay, you have other fragrances, pick something else, this would have been done. But now, if you were to be interested in this line of YSL fragrances, this now, like if you look on, what do you call it? If you look on Sephora's website, I think this labeling is now black to match the top here. But I do want to smell the rest of the fragrances from this line. It's just so beautiful. This is fantastic. The bottle is like, this is a weapon. This is so heavy. That's it. The other ones that I would have added here, but I haven't worn it that much because it's very new, like a week old, is because I had the samples for the longest and I had been wearing the samples. I've been wearing it because I'm just like, oh, I don't want to pull the trigger. And I was going to buy it for my birthday and I didn't. And I was going to buy it like during Black Friday if it was on sale. And I just bit the bullet and bought it. And it is Creed Eladaria. The first time I smelled it, I said, well, wait a minute. Another one that I need to pick up, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and do it again, is Guidance by Amouage, because I had a tiny, this was gifted to me. I don't even know how, it was an event I went to and they had the little, I guess it was I don't know how to explain it, but it was like really tiny, but not the mini trial size one. I don't know how to explain it, whatever. And I used it. I remember one day, that's the first fragrance. I had somebody chase me down, waited till I was done talking. She was like, honestly, I didn't need nothing. I just needed to know what fragrance you had on. Chase me down. Guidance by Amouage. So that's gonna be the next one I'm gonna buy. But Eladaria, listen, if you ever wanted to be like, what can I get this lady? Not you guys. Please, you don't get me anything. But, it's so good. The next time you go in any of your, because I believe Creed is only at department stores. The next time you make it into a Nordstrom, into a Bloomingdale's, I don't know if it's at Macy's, but into a Saks, Neiman Marcus, and they have Creed, just go smell Eladaria. I'm going to put it on the screen so you can see what it's like. Why didn't I bring it over here? Anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I know I was yapping, but that's what we do on this channel. We talk about the love of luxury and prestige makeup on here. And we don't do no makeup. I can teach you how to do no makeup. You know, I'm a makeup artist. Any kind of thing you guys want to see, let me know and I will create that for you. But for me, we love the makeup that we're buying on here and we put it on. We put it on because it's fun. Now, if you're more in a conservative corporate setting, I get it, but you can still elevate your look and you can still put it on. Okay? I've yapped enough. You will see me in the next one.